What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Well, what a difference a few hours makes. Guys, I did a story earlier today about something that happened last week. And it's about this lady up here. And her name is Alta Gracia Aguas Vivas. This lady tragically lost her life. She was carjacked, kidnapped, if you ask me, out there in Seminole County, Florida. Shout out. I just did that story a couple of hours ago. Now there's an update, and there's been an arrest. You ain't gonna believe who it is. It's a sheriff's deputy. Now, I said earlier in the story, the other story I did, this thing seemed like a setup. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the husband is involved. I honestly believe he is. Especially with the information I'm about to share with you in this news article. Take a look at this and we'll come back and do what we do.
Tonight, surprising new twist in investigation of this shocking carjacking in Winter Springs. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin. Authorities now confirm Catherine Aguas Vivas was shot to death shortly after a gunman forced his way into her car. About an hour after the carjacking, a woman's body was found in Osceola County inside her car, which had been set on fire. A bystander recorded this video of Aguas Vivas being carjacked last Thursday. It happened at the intersection of Tuscaloosa Road and East Lake Drive in Seminole County. Investigators believe the victim was specifically targeted, and this is not a random crime. Detectives are still trying to identify that carjacker, and authorities have just arrested someone they say is tied to the case. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest joins us live from the Seminole County Sheriff's Office with the breaking details. Mike, authorities arrested an Orange County deputy?
Matt, this case has taken just a bizarre twist. It's a little complicated, so try to follow along here. But investigators say an Orange County Sheriff's deputy interfered in Seminole County's carjacking investigation. That Orange County deputy, Francisco Chacon, is being held in jail on several charges related to disclosing confidential information about a criminal investigation and making illegal audio recordings. Now, last week, shortly after the woman was carjacked, Seminole County detectives contacted the victim's husband. Well, according to authorities, the victim's husband just happened to be friends with that Orange County deputy. Later, the Orange County deputy allegedly placed a phone call to the Seminole County detective who was overseeing the criminal investigation. The Orange County deputy allegedly claimed to be a fellow detective but used a fake last name and asked the Seminole detective for details about the carjacking. Now, the Orange County deputy allegedly made an illegal audio recording of that phone call with the Seminole County detective, which he then reportedly shared with the husband of the carjacking victim.
As soon as our detectives received this call from the Orange County detective, as he called himself, they were immediately on alert and very suspicious of the communication and really gave him nothing, absolutely nothing. But as soon as that happened and they hung up the phone, trust me, that was a topic of conversation in the room. What was that about? This stands out and is incredibly suspicious. When they later contacted the Orange County Sheriff's Office, they're like, we don't have a deputy with that last name nor a detective, but we have a phone number that is connected with somebody. Actually, interestingly enough, he gave the same first name, but just gave a different last name.
And now, here's another bizarre twist to this case. Investigators say the unidentified carjacker and an accomplice were traveling in a green 2002 Acura. Well, it turns out that's a very rare car. Detectives discovered there happened to be just one car like it registered in the entire state of Florida. Well, investigators say they now have located that car, but not the people who were driving it. Authorities believe that same green Acura may be tied to a second murder that happened in Orange County just last week. So now there are two active murder investigations that appear to be tied by this car. And now we have an Orange County deputy sitting in jail accused of interfering in one of those investigations.
Boom. There it is. Now, this cop is stupid as hell. This deputy sheriff's deputy, he trying to claim immunity because he a law enforcement officer, saying that gives him the right to go and jump into an investigation. Cops don't deal with detectives like that. Detectives in another department, they got their own thing. This guy looks stupid. You can tell when people aren't used to doing crimes, cover up crimes, they look awkward when they do them. He gonna call and have a fake name. You know what I'm saying? But use his first name, his real first name. Card they used is only one in the whole state of Florida matching that description. Here's some more news about this situation. And they talking about the husband ain't a person of interest. I'll come back and trust me, in the next 48 hours, most likely, he'll be going up the river too, getting locked up. Take a look at this further information.
We are beginning with breaking news. This is in connection to the Homestead woman who was kidnapped at gunpoint and believed to have been found dead inside a burned out vehicle in Central Florida last week.
There are two big developments, including an arrest made in the case. Let's get right to CBS News Miami's Jim Barry in the newsroom with what we're learning. Jim?
Guys, the Seminole County Sheriff says that an Orange County deputy is under arrest in the kidnapping and suspected murder of Catherine Altagracia Guerrero de Aguas Vivas. The sheriff says the deputy and his wife are friends with Aguas Vivas' husband. This connection and their couple's correspondence with the husband were discovered when Guerrero de Aguas Vivas' husband turned over his phone to investigators. The deputy, Francisco Estrella, is accused of lying that he was a detective on the case to get information. Estrella and his wife are also accused of illegally accessing a database with the addresses and photos of the real detectives working on the case. Estrella now is facing 5 felonies. He appeared in court and is claiming law enforcement exemption. Now, the second update is that the green 2002 Acura seen in Aguas Vivas kidnapping has been found. It was abandoned at an Orange County apartment complex. As the sheriff explains, that car is tied to another murder the day before Aguas Vivas' suspected death after it was towed the first time nearly a month ago.
The tow truck driver of that particular tow of this vehicle was a murder victim in Orange County that happened one day before our kidnapping murder. April 10th, a tow truck driver was murdered in Orange County. At that scene, a green vehicle matching the description of this green vehicle was located, and there was more than 100 rounds fired at that location.
Now, investigators are looking for the shooters. The Seminole County Sheriff said Aguas Vivas' husband has been cooperative in the investigation into a kidnapping and suspected murder. He is not currently a person of interest in the case, but the sheriff says that could change. Live in the newsroom, I'm Jim Barry, CBS News Miami.
Hey guys, you see what they said? The husband won't be, is not considered a person of interest, and he's fully cooperating. Well, in their phone, they got all of this information, him having conversations. This guy called him after the girl disappeared. Things ain't adding up. They not. And like I said before, this guy's connected to it in one way or another. Now, the thing that's sad about this is this woman was shot up, then the car was set on fire in an abandoned place. You know, a construction site or whatever. And I'm sure the husband has something to do with it. Because remember, they said that the deputy was the deputy and his wife was friends with the husband, not the wife. So I don't know I mean, it's definitely foul play, but I don't know what part it is that plays. I mean, probably, I don't know. But I mean, it's a tragedy all the same. For anybody to have a wife and let that happen to them, and she called you for help, bro. She called you. Then the thing is, why you didn't call the police? See, all this don't add up. You didn't call the police after she called you and was saying somebody was chasing her. Don't sound right. Then you on the phone with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because that might, right, in my opinion, might be like, hey, why she didn't call the police? Because she called her husband because her husband knows police. I mean, because that was a big question. Why she wouldn't call the cops? Why would she call her husband? But then again, some women feel safer when they call their husband first to let them know, hey, what's going on? And they feel safer. But this is a tragedy, man. It is. And I mean, I ain't really gotten that much more to say until more information come out. But I mean, what would motivate somebody to have their wife go through that? If you don't want her, let her leave. That's the thing. One thing about marriage, man, regardless of it stings or not, or hurts when y'all separate, y'all both leave alive. I bet he thought differently now. Come on. That's your friend and he killed your wife? Come on, bro. That ain't make sense. He play a part in it too. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me what y'all think this is about. I think it's about money. I think it has something to do with money. Greed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.